What is up YouTube, and welcome to this DC Rebirth video. So if you're new to the channel, please do slap a like on that video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe at the end if you want to hear more, and don't be shy, click that bell button to get notifications. So welcome people. So it's not long until we get the Doomsday Clock, very special, written by Jeff Johns, and it looks like we are going into DC Rebirth overload at the moment, as we have Dark Knight's Metal, which isn't actually connected but is revealing a lot of stuff about the DC universe. And we have also got the very cool Mr. Oz Effect comic, which is an Action Comics storyline that should be coming. So more on that later, because this is going to really bookend what I'm going to be talking to you about now. So this is Mr. Oz. Mr. Oz is, or has been, a big staple of DC Rebirth ever since it started, and he existed before everything that happened with DC Rebirth, before the DC Rebirth one-shot, and then slowly as we had DC Rebirth unfold, he has been abducting random characters inside DC Comics. The most notable, in my opinion, is going to be Tim Drake. We had the Red Robin was taken, and we've also had Doomsday as well, who has been taken. We've had Mr. Mixer-Plix, or however you pronounce his damn name. He has been taken, and well, that was a big one there, as we had the New 52 and post-crisis Superman, or Supermans, merge into one, which is we saw a Superman red and blue style storyline there. Now, we've also had other characters taken as well. We've also seen Lex Luthor attacked, and we've also had some other characters featured from the Justice League comic, and also as well, we have seen some characters from Action Comics and Superman taken as well. So it does seem like Mr. Oz is focusing on Superman. It seems like Superman is the absolute focus of Mr. Oz, and it makes sense because Superman is one of the, if not the most powerful characters in the DC universe. And what is his actual aim? So he has mentioned him, which seems to be Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan was featured in the end of the Button storyline with the Flash and Batman as he killed the Reverse Flash, and that is looking like it's going to be a big thing moving forward. Now, Mr. Oz, like I said, has focused on Superman. He's taken more Superman villains or characters, and he even showed almost his true self when he attacked Lex Luthor. And Lex Luthor was attacked by Mr. Oz, and it seems like his power armor that he's had has been almost destroyed, and this is a Lex Luthor who in New 52 and Rebirth seems to be, he's not what he seems. I still really don't actually trust him. Superman still does not trust him and knows that Lex Luthor is out for his own gain or to be just an evil douchebag. So it's quite a big thing here that he attacked Lex Luthor. Now, the question is, who would be a person who wants to attack people or take people who are the enemies of Superman? Now, Superman is arguably the face of DC, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to say it's someone else, but it really is him. And we've had him kind of focus a lot on Superman. We've seen panels where he's monitoring Superman, and it has to be, Mr. Oz has to be someone from the history of Superman. That is why they want to focus on him so much. We thought it was Ozymandias, Mr. Oz, Ozymandias. We've seen his perfume logo featured quite a few times in DC Rebirth, in DC Comics, not really in DC Rebirth. So the thing is that Ozymandias really wasn't a meta. He didn't have any powers, but when Lex Luthor was attacked, it seemed like he had powers. Now, who could that actually be? I said originally Superboy Prime, because I thought it'd be really meta to see him reading New 52, reading everything that's happened since he was imprisoned, and hating it and wanting to bring the old Superman back. I miss the old Superman, to quote a bastardized version of a Kanye West quote there. But it's possibly someone else. Now, who else could it actually be? It could have been a version of Mr. Mixer-Plixer, whatever, which could have been quite cool, but we know he was actually captured by Mr. Oz himself. So someone who knows Superman and wants him to do well, possibly a parent. So what I'm putting forward here is that it could be Jor-El. Now, the question here is, how did he actually survive? Because we pretty much know that Krypton was destroyed. Now, the hardest thing here is the fact that Jor-El was totally obliterated when Krypton was blown up. But the question which I want to ask you is, how would he actually survive? So what I'm thinking here is that we have some kind of convergence or some sort of really wacky, crazy universe, multi-Earth thing going on, and we could have the fact that he was pulled from the timeline or was pulled from the universe much, much earlier on or later on. It doesn't really matter when it was. It could be the fact that what has happened is that we've had the meddling in the timeline or the universe by Dr. Manhattan, and that has caused Jor-El to survive. He has looked into it and realised that there is a looming threat coming to Superman, and he is preparing Superman ready for the looming threat. Now, we know the Oz effect will be happening in a few months, but the cover for Action Comics 989 has been revealed, and we have the original version, which was an homage to All-Star Superman. However, we have the updated version, which DC have been doing quite a lot lately. They have been revealing the covers or revealing previews of the comics and then changing parts of the story, which is what we saw with Detective Comics, where Tim Drake's mystery was replaced. It replaced a couple of panels, and this time we have Jor-El next to Superman. He's split down the middle. So this could be some symbolism here, perhaps, but the fact that we've only seen one side of Mr. Oz's face, the Jor-El here has horrific burns on his face as well. I think that it is far too much to mention here, and I think that this really is the fact that Jor-El is Mr. Oz. This pretty much cements it, in my opinion. We've just got to find out in the Oz effect why and how this has actually happened. However, that is it for this video. Please do drop a like, please do subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.